Oh dear. Right, hi. So my 12 hour and 1 minute video was too long, apparently. So apparently THC was probably right. It's funny because, you know, on the one hand, I can look at it as though, well, I made a 12-hour video, right, and put a lot of work into it, and now nobody can watch it, right? The thing is, I can look at the positive side. On the one hand, right, I found out that I can make a 12-hour video, you know, all in one go. I've never seen anything like it really on the YouTube. So that must kind of mean that's like a good thing, isn't it? You know, it's like that's what I'm capable of, at least. And I felt like I could have carried on, you know. So other things, I reached some pretty good conclusions about the work. You know, it was good to go through it all, you know, consistently and like in like definite stages and get it all worked out and laid out properly in a nice format that could like a 12-hour seminar. And come to some fairly definite conclusions. Although, when I say fairly definite conclusions, I've since making the video only 2 days ago, I'm still coming up with ideas about what the right way to approach the work is and the conclusion about what the work means and what doing the work means. So I might take this opportunity to try and remember some of those ideas that I come up with. Or not, yeah. Oh, some of the things, some of the ideas, because it's sort of what I realise. It sort of seems to go around in a circle. It's like this circle of stuff, like you start off at a certain point in the circle, and you think, right, you know, you head in this direction. You think you're going in a straight line, but actually, it gradually curves round, you know, and you know. I'm not joking. That's how it works. You know, you think you're going in a straight line, and it gradually curves round, and it's like one of those things. It's like because you're going in, like you're changing direction all the time gradually. It's hard to summarize it, you know. Because when you summarize it, it's like you keep changing your perception of reality, you know, which is what happens. It's as though there are no straight lines in reality. It's all circular. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. So that's one of the things I've realised. Right? I'm just summarising. This is as an epilogue summary, right? So looking at the summary of the summary, when I try to summarise the summary of the 12-hour video, it's like you come back to this, like it all dies down. You become back to winter time, and all the leaves fall off the trees. And they get mulched into the ground, and you get a new life. It all dies and it putrefies, and then you get like goods. All the minerals get released, and the you know, and life starts over again. The seeds germinate. That's what something that's interesting. I just come up with after doing that video that there's a whole load of stuff out there still. I'm like being reborn. It's like and we're just coming up to the new moon as well. So yeah, it's like I'm being reborn again. you know, and it's like I'm looking at things differently. And I know, John, if you're watching, let me just open up the chat. I don't know if it will open up now. Anyway, and I said I was going to do an ice bath video this morning, and I haven't got round to it. And it's gone to the morning now. It's you know, it's into the afternoon. But the thing is, I was getting on to thinking that there are other things that are more important. I mean, hopefully I'll get back to those other things. There are other, you know, I've got loads of stuff on the back burner waiting to come in. So I've got loads of videos to make, probably. About lots of other exciting stuff. So that's one of the things, yeah, about the summary of this 12-hour video, because I covered a lot of ground, you know, and the summary was that, well, you know, what it was, the summary, it wasn't adequate, and I've realised that there is more stuff going on. There is so much more stuff, and it's like one of those things where it just makes you feel a bit small. You know, I kind of feel a bit small in the world, and it's funny because, you know, I make these videos, and it's like I'm also doing the work, and so I realised that I'm also making a fool of myself, and I just have to demonstrate how much I don't know. Hopefully, because I've done things like that 12-hour video, which is not available because it was too long. At least I know. You'd have to just take my word for it. Maybe you can ask HRC, Hot Retarded Chicks, you know, if he thought I was paying attention. But you know, it's like authorities. It could all be trickery. You know, so many times in the past, vast amounts of people have been deceived by people in authority positions. I've come to this conclusion that centralized power is just a really bad idea, and everybody should have their own villages. Hey, HRC, good to see you. Yeah. Have you discovered how to kill Agent Smith yet? How are you getting on with that little project of yours? HRC, that's to HRC, right? Yeah, obviously. I'm just going to make a cigarette, I think. So you have to be friendly. I don't really like HRC that much, but I have to be friendly to him because he's like a customer. He's my main customer, so you have to be friendly to your main customers. I don't dislike him or anything. I just think, you know, I don't like anyone really. I don't even know why I make these videos. Yeah, it's like a sort of like magnetic animal magnetism. I'm attracted to sort of like just people. It's like a magnetism. I don't know what it means to like people or stuff, you know. What does it mean? Yeah. No, I had a difficult childhood. I think that's what it is. I had a difficult childhood. So anyway, I think I don't know if I mentioned it in one of my other videos recently. I done. That's probably how I was able to make a 12-hour video. I just was talking loads of nonsense half the time, but I managed to do some bartering because the guy I buy my Datura off on eBay, he put he put a thing on the eBay channel so that I could make an offer. It wasn't like a bid that was been there for years with eBay where you bid when you have to pay for your bid. It was just make an offer when you're buying your stuff. So I made him an offer of about 75%. Anyway, I saved myself about £7, £7 or £8. I think £8, yeah. It was £27. I got it for £19. So yeah, it's £8, isn't it? And so that's like £9.50 for 50 grams, and 50 grams has been lasting me about 2 months. So after the Datura. So I don't mind. That's like £5 a month. I've put some in here. This is Datura. I mean, because I haven't got much. I don't. Most of the time, I don't buy cannabis, but I like to have a little smoke just for my health. You know, for health reasons, to keep my brain working properly. It seems to work okay. You know, I mean, just like how many people do you know who can do a 12-hour video all in one go? You know, it's pretty rare, isn't it? I'm pretty fucking together as far as I'm concerned. You know, holding my breath for 4 minutes recently as well. Doing the cold therapy. I've still got loads of stuff to do. You know, I've just been doing research. Part of the work is just getting to, you know, it's the groundwork. It's the earth plane. You know, so just building. You know, it's before the foundations. It's the rock where the foundations go into. You know, so I'm just going to start. Now I'm starting to work on the foundations. We found out where, you know, what we're going to build the foundations on. Now we're going to start building the foundations. So there's still loads of work to go. This is also a kind of like, I'll read your comment in a minute at HRC when I finish what I'm saying. This is also a kind of like, a relaxation. It's like takes the weight off my shoulders. It gets rid of doubt, you know. I mean, doubt has got its important place. I really believe in doubt has got as a really important place in your consciousness. But it only should have a small place, a persistent place, like a fire alarm, you know, that sort of thing. A really well, you know, a little bit slightly oversensitive fire alarm. That's where doubt should be. So yeah, it's taking away that doubt, so that I'm more confident about things. Instead of looking at it as like a 3-month or a 5-year kind of project, I'm now looking at it as a lifetime project, you know. But I need to, not just that, but I need to extend my life as much as possible in order to get the work done properly. You know, the more life I've got, the more health I've got, the more knowledge I've got, the more good emotions I've got, the more work I can do, and the more progress I can make. And you know, not making my ice bath video today, I feel like I've compensated with certain knowledge. I've had to be the reason I haven't made the ice bath is because I've had what I consider to be more important things to do. And so I've had to let John down. I know I kind of made a promise that I would like do the ice bath, and I do intend to do it still. It might just be a few more days or so, before I get round to it. And if it leads to longer than that, and the water gets too warm, I'll just buy more ice. I'll get more ice and do it in a month or so, I suppose. Or hopefully, anyway, that's how I hope it will go. But the thing is, one of the things about what I've been doing with the work is it's not just latching onto one thing that works. I know a lot of supposed experts do that kind of thing. I'm not really interested in that. I'm more interested in finding a whole wide selection of things that help you stay young and healthy and vibrant, and help you to increase the work, because the more of that stuff that you can get in your system and process, the more rapid progress you're going to make. So it's really worth doing the groundwork. Find out what options are available. Realize that probably a lot of people, or most people, won't have. They're basically wasting their lives because they're not doing the work. They're not finding out all this stuff that can really help you move forward, improve your life. And there are all these 4 different levels. There's like the physical level, but they're all related. Then the emotional level. If you've got emotional blocks, it can stop you doing other things. It frees your mind up so that you're not thinking clearly. So you need to get rid of emotional blocks. The mental plane, knowing what's really going on in the world, how the world really works, with all this sort of propaganda and the media lies and stuff, and all the history that's been, the lies that are being fed to you. You have to understand all that. Even if you don't understand why it's there, you still have to know that it is there. And for whatever reason, I don't really understand why it's there, or what the reasons are for it. They could be good reasons, they could be bad reasons. I don't know. It could be a mixture of good and bad reasons. I suspect that there's a kind of like a war going on between good propaganda and bad propaganda, and the good people and bad people, and they just they can't reveal who they really are and what their motives are, because it would tell the enemy who to search for, So they all of them remain hidden. The good guys and the bad guys, they all remain hidden, and it's part of the way that they do things. And I mean, I don't know this. I'm just saying this is probably it looks like that's what's going on. That would make a lot of sense. People staying hidden. They don't want the enemy to know who they are, so they're restricted, and it's like a sort of like hidden war. And that would also make sense because of what's going on. The fact that everything's designed to look like everything's fine, everything's under control, but maybe it's not, and it's all just fake. So much of it's just propaganda. It's the media. These are like highly trained operatives that are making videos and films to deceive people and to keep them having a sort of certain type of view of the world that is non-threatening, and keeps them passive and dumbed down, and stops them trying to gain control or find out what's really going on. Because I don't know, because when you start looking at the bigger picture, it's hard to understand what's really going on. What do those people know that I don't know? Are most people beyond help? Are they more safer being kept dumbed down than if you actually give them the truth? Maybe if you gave them the truth, they would all go crazy and start killing everyone. I don't know. That's what we're supposed to believe, apparently. If we're being kept in ignorance for our own good. The thing is, I'm deeply suspicious of that. That's exactly what the devil would want us to believe. So I just can't take it seriously. I'm going to look at your comment now, HRC. I'm sicker than a dog at the moment, laid up in bed for the past few days. Oh. Well, I've been ill before. That's another reason why I do the work, because I've been through pretty nasty illnesses, and I'm trying to make sure that my immune system is really working like top dog. Top dog, not sicker than the dog. Okay. I don't know where you live, HRC, but you could get loads of ice, and you could have been doing the ice therapy. I know it was only a few days ago. You've only just probably been like informed about this, but what it does is it really boosts your immune system, so that you wouldn't be sick as a dog and in bed. Just so you know, right? Because it is painful, it hurts. You have to. It's a sacrifice you got to make. You either hurt and be sick in as a dog and lie in bed, or you hurt and do the ice bath, and you don't get sick as a dog and lay in bed. But you do the ice bath. That's you suffer the pain. It's like preventative medicine. I mean, I kind of look healthy. I look healthy to me on here. Partly is because I've been doing the ice baths. I'm still smoking. I'm still drinking loads of alcohol, but where I can, I've been having like a few hours off of the alcohol, and doing my ice baths and my high intensity interval training. Those things really help with staying healthy, and they do hurt, and they're a lot of hassle, and you have to. It's taken me like years to build myself up to it. So I'm not saying that you could do it tomorrow. I mean, you could, if you was brave enough. You could just go and get some loads of ice, chuck it in a bath, and just let it sort of melt a little bit until it's sort of like, more liquid, and it's still really, really freezing cold. And just get in there for 2 minutes, do the breathing exercises. You saw me do the breathing exercises the other day. I expect if I can do 4 minutes, right, you can do 2.5 minutes, and that's all you need to do is 2.5 minutes. Because I'm still surprised that I've done 4 minutes. I'm kind of like, I don't even know how I managed to do that. I feel like almost like I'm some sort of superhuman or something. But a lot of it's because all the supplements I've been doing and the exercises. I've been doing all this stuff, and I just feel stronger and healthier, and like I'm really heading in the right direction. It's all strange to me. It's all like, it's all new to me. I'm just playing it by ear. I don't know any of this stuff for sure. It's all just like what seems to be happening. I'm trying out these different things. Some of them seem to be working. Some of the supplements, there's some really good supplements out there. I've talked about them all before. I'm not going to go over them again. Yeah, there's a lot of supplements and like stuff that's just do seem to really work, and especially when you put them in combination and you do the exercises and you get the bad food out of your diet. I mean, you can find all this stuff on the internet, but just by looking at watching these health videos and stuff, this is what the work is. It's about using the internet properly, finding out what information is out there, what you can apply to your own life. Do trial and error. Do tests on yourself. Try cutting out certain foods and increasing other foods. There's a whole load of stuff. It's like exhausting talking about it. There's so much stuff. That's what you have to do the work for. You got to do it yourself. Do the research, you know. You know, it takes time. You know, I've been at it for like 5 years now. I feel like I'm just starting to make progress. Oh, thanks, HRC. I feel pretty good, you know. I feel there's a lot of room to grow. You know, my hair is still very grey. I want to get my hair much more darker than this. I feel like I should be able to get my hair more darker and look a lot better as well. You know, my skin. These glasses hide the bags under my eyes. You know, look, see them bags. You know. Okay. Where was I think I've done it with this video now. I'm not going to make any more 12-hour videos for a time, but at least the other thing is, you're probably right, HRC. I probably should have stopped that video just before 12 hours, and then it would have stayed there, and people could have watched it. So I'll know that in future. That's another good thing, you know. I know roughly what the distance is that I can make videos for. You're probably right, because I just went just over 12 hours. I should have stopped just before 12 hours. But I'm not really worried, because most people wouldn't have watched the video anyway. But at least I know that I can make a 12-hour video, and you do as well, you know. And also felt that it went really well. That I felt a bit dodgy yesterday after taking that modafinil. Like, I've noticed that taking a modafinil, I do feel like a bit dodgy the next day. Like, it takes me a day or two to recover, you know, from taking a modafinil. So yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not happily taking them too often. You have to pay. You have to pay the price for taking them. But it's probably what helps me make the video, and it actually worked. I don't know if you saw that all of it, you know. But I was happy with it, you know. Although I know it was almost nobody would watch it because it was so long. No, it was 12 hours. Oh, is it 10 hours is the maximum? Okay, so I know that in future. I'll stop before 10 hours. That's what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to quit the video now because, you know, yeah, I ain't got much more to say at the moment. Thanks for watching, HRC. Thanks for watching everyone else who watches. And remember to send my my channel information to all your friends and relatives and enemies. And put, oh, that's right, yeah. Put the I'm having to learn the new stuff about what you have to say at the end of a video to make people subscribe to your channel. You have to say stuff like, do the notification, click on the notification up there, you know. I'm just learning this stuff, you know. I'll probably get it right in the next 20 or 30 videos, and I'll make shorter videos that more people are going to watch. And I tell them what to do, because otherwise they won't do it. You have to subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications, and you'll get my latest video telling you how to be a super god and win friends and influence people and stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching.